Hi, this is Rex,
And this is Cole. And
and
we're sorry, go
PS3. I thought it was gonna shut down all this PlayStation Store stuff.
well, turns out that PlayStation they made like a little message saying, "Yeah, we're wrong. We're not going to shut down the PS3 and Vita stores cuz you told us that you're going to still give us money, so we're going to take it." The PSP store is still going to shut down, and I think honestly, like unless you're a person like me that's like, "Man, I really want to play Gungnir for the PSP." I think it's pretty safe. It's a pretty safe bet. Or like Wild Arms, if anyone remembers that. So I don't know. I don't know. Is there anything that like you
I
wanted for
thought
PSP?
I was never a PS Vita order, but I always wanted one. I just couldn't
Yeah, I have
afford
a
it at
PSP.
the time.
They're great.
I always wanted one. I always was jealous of friends who owned them. Like, oh, that stuff looks really cool. I
Hmm.
always wanted one, but like that's just out of my price range at the time.
Right.
I was a poor college student. So when of the era when it really was popular, in my opinion. Uh,
Yeah, I mean popular in heavy quotes.
yeah.
They got
Uh,
stomped
or
by the
or
DS.
like the golden era of PS Vita, I guess, was way back.
Yeah.
Like I would say like 2000, like 2007, eight, maybe around that era. Around
Yeah, something around that.
yeah.
Now,
And
I will say, oh, sorry, good.
go ahead.
I was just saying, I will say though, the PS Vita is like a great system. It is probably my favorite handheld if it wasn't so like tiny.
Uh,
Um, because now that I've got big man hands, it's a little bit hard to like you know hold it and not like get cramps. Actually, the Vita gave me carpal tunnel in my right in my or I should say gave me what I think is carpal tunnel in my left hand, and it hasn't fully gone away. Like, no, I know it's in my right, but basically, like I was jamming the O button repeatedly, and then suddenly my thumb went numb, and then I had to stop playing Vita for like a month before it went away.
huh.
Sorry, I know that's unrelated, but the Vita is a great system. I like it a lot. It is probably the best handheld I've ever played.
So the
Maybe
PS3 is gonna be alive. They're
yeah.
gonna have multiplayer functionality as well.
I don't know about that actually.
Huh. Okay.
All from what I understood is that the stores were going to close, and then now they're open. Like I don't think they ever said anything about online. It might have already been over. Like they might have already shut that down.
Oh, okay. That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, one, this stuff has to go away eventually, right? It's as much as I understand people's concern for losing these consoles, like this stuff has to disappear eventually, and you can't you can't stop that. The reason why I'm so pro physical hardware is because this stuff is inevitable. You can't expect them to keep this open forever and to keep all those games ready to go. That does mean when they shut down those stores, everything that you bought, unless you have it on your console, is gone. So like it is a problem, but it's a problem that could have been avoided by just not supporting digital sales. But people are going to do it because it's convenient, so that's just what it is.
Do you know what would be cool
But
if the the copyrights on some of this code wasn't so long term somehow. I wish like PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2 like all the code just be released open source so people go do their own servers and set up their own like little shops
hey
for
Rex,
legacy stuff.
that kind of reminds me of something we talked about a while ago. I think you might remember it. It wasn't on this podcast ever, but I think maybe that whole 20-year copyright rule maybe seems a little bit more plausible. Something you maybe would consider now.
I don't know.
You're like, I don't know, screw you.
Maybe maybe something we should do something different for. I don't know. We have to really think about this type of stuff. But yeah,
I
maybe we
do
should.
think.
I'm down to shorten the copyright. I think some of it's too long for sure.
Mm. Also, I just think that like if my rule for piracy like is if they're not providing a way for you to get it, then that means open season for pirates. Like I have no ethical qualms with that. Because like if they're not going to give it, if they're not, if they are basically going to say, well, if you've got the software on your hardware, you're not allowed to copy it and distribute it, even though we're not, giving you a way to do that anymore. Like, sorry, dude, the software's on the hardware.
Do you
Just
know what they should do? They should just charge like.
screw that. Anyway, um,
But yeah, that's the only economic way for them to do it. It's like they would have to charge like $1,000 or something, and some stupid rich people would pay it probably just so because they want to have bragging rights. I have everything.
yeah, I mean, all I really want is just give me a way to like put my games onto a cartridge. Like if they just let us like buy like a game card and then just let us like save it to that,
No,
I'd,
the
I'd be a
problem
little
is it's not the problem. The games and cartridge single players, they're not. That's not going away anytime soon. The problem is these multiplayer games that these servers get taken down, so that game goes away.
well, yeah, but again, like
At
that's kind of
least
just the
if you
way.
have the cartridge, you could go buy your old PS3 or whatever or PS Vita and just stick it in and play it.
Yeah, but there are games
And there are
on the
games,
PlayStation Store that
yeah,
are just online only.
yeah. That's the thing. These multiplayer games are the ones that are the servers going away. That's the real issue.
True. Like even if you had a way to record the
That's
data,
that's why we need the code so people could set up their own servers.
yeah, but that's the copyright again. I think.
Maybe they. I wish they could license it or something. Like here, if it's about money, let's let people let some of these groups out there who are like big fans of these like legacy games and they are out there raise some money up and license that multiplayer like thing software code or whatever or their servers or get maybe they could even get the old server code from from the real actual developers and they could run their own server for a
Some
fee.
do that. There's an old MMO called Glitch for PC
Mhm.
that when they shut down, they released all of their assets and all of their. I don't know if they released all their code. I'm pretty sure they released all their code as open source.
Yeah.
So it's possible.
That'd be cool, but yeah, that'd be cool if more
I think
companies
it
did it.
should be a legal thing though. Like if you have a service, an online service in some form, if you shut it down, you have to you like by law you have to give up all of your code as copyright free. Or yeah, you basically have to give all your code up as open source, or just give people a way to access it.
I don't know.
That way, like let's say for example, if like YouTube just went under, then suddenly you've got a bunch of people that could just make their own YouTubes.
I'm willing to open up a compromise. Like they could if they shut it down, they have to release it, but maybe there's a time period that is not out there, like for 10 years or something. They try to sell their code or something to someone else for a while or something
Oh,
like
like
that.
they can sell. Yeah, so like if they're shutting down, they can have like a small period of like I'm gonna try to sell this game to another person that's gonna like
Yeah,
run it.
try to make some money,
Now there has
recoup
to
their
be like
costs.
what I could see is that like a loophole for that thing would
Uh,
be like okay, so you own the rights to say let's say Blade and Soul that MMO goes under, um, and they sell the code to like Nexon. I don't know if it's already Nexon, but they sell the code to Nexon, and Nexon has it like for a grace period. And so depending on like how long the grace period is that they're holding it for without doing anything, they could then sell it to another buyer, and then they have a grace period for a certain amount of time, and then it just can keep going and going and going, where people are just passing this game around. and it never gets released. Or you could even have it where you just literally are selling it to yourself through like, sort of puppet companies, and you just don't have to release your game.
What if we may set the 10-year mark after it's shut down the first time? It has to be back online or it gets released.
Yeah, but who's going to want to buy that knowing that they've got a 10-year freaking clock on it?
Well, the companies that's gonna try to release it, they have to release it within 10 years.
I guess it's true. I still think that it should just be like if you are done making money with it, just it's done.
The thing is, company. I feel like compromise is okay on it a little bit. It's better than what we have right now, and also like, uh, companies are if weird about their technology, and they don't want it out there sometimes.
Well, that's too bad. I hate Silicon Valley with a burning passion, so
Okay.
I don't care. But to be fair, this isn't really
In
Silicon
fairness,
Valley.
if I had a cool thing and I can make more money off it, I'd try to make as much money off it as possible.
I mean, yeah, and you should. But I will say that, like, there's, but like, okay. Anyway, there's a reason why we have rules and laws and stuff, and yeah, I just think that at some point, like, if the problem with this with a compromise like that with the 10-year thing is that it can easily be abused or pushed out. If it's just right when the game's like finished with their service, when they're done with their providing their
Whatever.
service.
This is all theory, and it's never gonna happen. I don't.
Yeah, it's true. It's all theory. Like, I mean, I could hypothetically, if I really wanted to, like, make a petition or some kind of thing to like go up to our, whoever I need to talk to in the legal whatever, and get it that
Oh yeah,
done.
right. These old Congress people who don't understand how the internet works, please.
Yeah, I mean, right now
Unless you
it's
have $1 billion, you're not gonna get anything through to their
yep.
ears.
Oh, that's the goal then.
You need $1 billion
Gotta make a
dollars.
billion dollars.
Yeah, then they'll listen to
Gotta
you. That's how
there you
America
go.
works. Don't you
So
know
so
this?
then is that that's our goal for this channel is we got to get $1 billion.
Uh, please. Now you're not even. It's like that's past delusional. That's not even a dream. It's like, you know.
Just wake up tomorrow and we have like 1 million subscribers for no reason.
Yeah, right. That's never
But
happening.
secretly you hope that happens.
No. I hope for $1 billion in my hand right now. Secretly, doesn't mean it's
you
gonna
just
happen.
you just wake up in the morning and there's like there's a billion, like a wad of like money in your
I'm
hand. No,
I'm
like,
sleeping on a bed of cash.
you're just like you wake up and you're sleeping on a bed of cash. You're like, holy crap.
You definitely go. The thing is, if you did wake up with a bed of cash, you'd probably go to jail because you'd have to figure out how to hide all that money. Unless you were like smart about it,
No,
because the
it's
IRS will
like,
come after you and they'll think
okay.
you
So
sold
you
it for
wake up with a
drugs.
bed of cash. You wake up with a bed of cash and a message on your like nightstand saying like, "Hey, it's your boy Jeff Bezos. I just wanted to let you know that I decided to play a prank on you and I replaced your bed with money. I hope you enjoy. See you later."
Yeah, like that's gonna ever happen.
It's Jeff Bezos pranked. Yeah, no, I don't
No,
think so.
Jeff
Anyway,
Bezos, Jeff Bezos doesn't. No, I don't. We could go into the issues with like Amazon. There's a lot of issues lately.
yeah, no, there's that. We don't need that. That's for a different time and topic.
Yeah.
But I will say with this stuff, like with just the the limited time that you're going to be able to have these games for, right? Like I don't think people have the right to complain about it. Like if you're me, right? You know, and you're like physical, I'm physical. I love physical media. I will always like physical media because digital media will kind of just you know evaporate on you and you'll lose stuff and like the nature of that. Like I don't think people have the right to complain about this. I really don't. Like this is the deal with the devil that you made when you decided to buy digital. This is just how it is. Like, this is the world that we're entering. Not to mention that games get lost to time regardless of whether or not they're online or not, right? Like back in the day, like back at the beginning of video games, people like would make a game, put it on a floppy disk, put it in a Ziploc bag, and post it on a freaking poster board. Like, there's so many games that are out there that have probably gotten lost to time that we've never even like. Somebody
I think you're
uploaded it.
totally off about this topic because it's not even about that. What's going to happen eventually, the way the games are going in the future, is basically it's going to be like movies. We're gonna trying to save all these games in the future, and there's like little groups already out there who are trying to preserve old games.
I know, and I'm just
So,
saying that. Like,
and there's going to be bigger organizations to do it in the future. All the games are going to be preserved, and that's how most gamers are going to want it.
dude, there are games out there that we have never that have never. They were put. The dude made it. He put it on that little poster board, and then it disappeared forever.
Well, that's history, but we shouldn't. We should expect the future not to be like that, or the
I mean,
present even.
I respect any effort to preserve games, but to be upset that this happens, but then also be like, well, I buy all my games digitally is silly. Like, I think that,
I think you
like,
can have both
if you care
positions.
about
I
games,
think that's fair.
yeah, if you care about games preservation, then you need to not buy digital. That's the way it is, because it's going to go from this to streaming, and then once we're at streaming, games preservation will become impossible.
Thing is, Xbox is doing a pretty good job of it, and
The Game Pass.
yeah, and they seem to be doing so. Supporting games digitally and supporting Xbox might be good for old games and preservation
Nope. Nope.
because
Because they
as
shut down
long as we
Game
pay
Pass.
for old games, they're gonna be around.
Like, listen, dude. Xbox Game Pass. Once that shuts down, where do those games go?
As long as people pay for it, it's gonna be around.
Well, I would prefer to have like a way to.
Once you stop
How
paying
does
for them, those games go away. Some of them, yes, but that's a separate topic. You could buy digital games and still want game preservation. I think you're being ridiculous.
don't I
You could pay
I can
for digital
understand.
games and maybe give money to like a coding group that preserves games or something.
Here's the thing. Like, I buy games digitally too, right? I go on Steam and I do that, but every time if there's a game I know I want to keep and I want to make sure I don't lose, if there's a physical copy, or if there's a way for me to like go on GOG, right, GOG, and buy it and then like burn it to a disc or something, or just have a way to physically keep it, um, then I'll do that. But because I don't really care about
I don't
getting.
want to buy a digital. I don't want to buy discs anymore because it doesn't come with anything. In the old
Well, I
days, you
mean,
get like a book, you get something. This is you just get like a little piece of paper and you get a CD or disc or whatever it is. And it's
mhm.
lame. I read it.
Yeah, but
I don't want to buy that.
I get that, but like, I don't know. I want the disc to me is less of a product like that I'm like buying as like a oh, look at how cool this thing is. It's security. It's knowing that that game will always exist. And even then, right?
But you could
With the way
lose.
that
You could lose property too,
you can, and not to mention,
or
let's
break
not
it.
forget that games get patched now. And that game on that disc is not the latest version of that game.
Yep.
So, like, even with the discs and stuff like that, it's kind of a futile effort. I will kind of concede that.
I think
Um,
digital is going to be important for game preservation as well. So as just as well as hard copy for sure.
yeah, I think that it's going to be a struggle no matter what. I respect people that want to do it because there are games on PS3 and Vita that are only on the store and that's it. So I completely understand. Like, if you're somebody that's like, there are RPGs that I want to play on the PS Vita and the PSP, whatever, that I can't get anywhere else. So I'm going to make sure to sort of record all these games somewhere so you can download them and then, get them through less than official means. I'm okay with that. And I understand that. But I do think if you're the kind of guy that like goes, I could buy this $60 game.
I really think in 10 years it's not going to be a problem. People are going to figure it out. People are on it.
I think I think that now that they know by July things are going to like get lost, there's enough time for people to get together.
We're going to lose some stuff for sure on this right now. And we are losing stuff already. But maybe in 10 years it won't be a problem.
People like, have you heard of the WiiWare? There's a project for WiiWare that people were sort of doing to preserve everything on the Wii Shop channel. And I'm pretty sure they got a good amount of it. People are aware of this problem now, so they're going to do something to sort of counteract it. I just, I also think that it is kind of silly for like the people that would buy like a $60 game on like PlayStation Store when there's a physical option, and then being upset. They're like, "Oh no, the store's going away, all my games. Oh no." Yeah, I don't know.
You're just anti-store. You're just anti-store.
The only good online store, like Steam, I like because it's convenient, and I'll pay like for like $5. I don't care if I'll lose the game. Like, who cares? Like, I'm not actually that concerned about preservation, unless I care to keep the game.
Whatever. You should not have an opinion about this if you don't care about preservation.
It's not that I don't care about preservation. I care about preserving the games I want. So, that's me. But personally, I think that the best store to buy games at is GOG, and it will always be GOG unless GOG goes back on its DRM sort of policy. Because GOG just allows me to like.
Okay, well, I think we're getting way off topic on things and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, I kind of wanted to just use this as a springboard to kind of complain about like
going off your digital rant, your anti-digital rant of companies.
Yeah, basically, that's what it really is. Like, again, there are like I was just about to say, there are online stores that do let you take the raw install file of the game that you bought, put it on something, and save it. That's what I think is the way things should be.
I think Xbox Pass is the answer to game preservation for some of these.
That is complete no.
Yep, because it's happening.
No,
they're keeping games alive by bringing them to the future and being able to play them. That's the way. That's the way to.
Screw that.
We'll see. No. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. To be continued as well.
Yeah, you can keep your eye on it. I'm just no.
Well, thank you for listening.
And thank you for listening.
Please subscribe and comment. And if you think take a side. Say who's right on this stuff.
Yeah,
please. I think I'm right. If I'm wrong, please say something. If
we'll make our
Cole's wrong, please tell Cole he's wrong, because I'd love to read it.
Yeah, I would love to read it too, but I'm sorry. Like, if you're a true gamer, if you're a true gamer, you hate Game Pass. You're not a real gamer if you like Game Pass.
I think you're a dinosaur. You should be the dinosaur because your mentality is a dinosaur. Anyway,
yeah, maybe.
At least I'm young-minded. All right, to be continued. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.